Howdy, folks. My name is Alex, otherwise known as For the Z, and welcome to episode 65 of the Churner's Digest. As always, we'll start off with our disclaimer. I'm not a financial or tax advisor. This is not financial or tax advice. This is for entertainment purposes only, but please enjoy. Happy fall, everybody. It's been about a month since the last update. There's a whole bunch to go through here. For housekeeping, standard stuff, Patreon if you want to support me, Brothers Band, Heavy Lemon, intro music. There's some links in the show notes if you're interested in listening to some music by them. For the Patreon, shout out Kung Fewer, Cleed, Dion, Erica, Shu Hui, Danny, Ricky, Rob, and new member John to the Cleed tier. Welcome to all of you, as well as welcome to Rick and Dean to the Patreon. The Discord is starting to get some buzz. There's some really good members in there that provide a lot of really good insights. We have a channel dedicated to the Shop Your Way card, which we'll have an update here for in a little bit. But there's some great plays shared in there. Some really good members. There's some shout outs throughout the episode of people that are contributed and given some stuff that I probably would have missed otherwise. So I definitely can't cover everything in the podcast that's discussed in the Discord just because there's too much information already. So if you want to give it a shot, you can feel free to join. Just try out for a month. If you don't like it, feel free to cancel. Also, thanks Clint for using my in-kind referral. I think there was someone from the Discord or someone from the Patreon, or I don't even know where at this point, but thanks Clint for using my referral. So to start us off, I was browsing Reddit and I saw, we're going to start off in the cards territory. I was browsing Reddit and I saw a pretty interesting post on, there are some credit cards that have ticket protection, which I didn't even know was a thing. If you've been following the credit card thread for a while, you've probably noticed that this benefit has been dropped from many cards over the years. If you frequently attend sporting events, etc., this benefit might be exactly what you need. With ticket fees increasing every year, missing an event can end up costing a small fortune, especially for multiple people buying tickets. Insurance with your ticket can be an unnecessary cost that adds up with every new ticket purchase. These cards offer a $500 per ticket and $2,000 per event in coverage. Keep in mind the perks only apply to events in North America only. There's cards like the Andrews Federal Credit Union's Prime Rewards Visa, Blue Federal Credit Union Everyday Card, and a few others. I didn't even know that cards offered this. The only card that I do recognize on this list is UBS Visa Infinite. Did honestly think that was US Bank, but it's UBS, so less familiar, but cool to see benefits like that. I personally love to go to concerts, and I definitely don't buy insurance for them, but it'd be nice if my card just included it so I didn't have to worry about it. Next, from Dr. Credit, MasterCard is including a 3 months of Instacart for free for some credit and debit card holders, and a $10 monthly credit for particular cards. So looks like this offer begins September 1st, 2025. It must be redeemed by January 31st, 2027. The qualifying 3 free months of Instacart Plus and the $10 benefit, you must have an eligible U.S. MasterCard or debit or credit card and must not be an active Instacart member on or after September 1st, 2025. To qualify for the $10 offer, you must pay the order with U.S. MasterCard and be enrolled in Instacart Plus with the MasterCard. The $10 coupon applies to the second order paid with the MasterCard. So small benefit, but nice little freebie if you're interested. Next, we have a whole slew of updates from American Express. First off, we have increased American Express Delta offers up to 125,000 miles. So personal offers, I think I've covered these before, and they're the same offers as previous. They're just extended, I believe, through October 29th, 2025. Won't go through each one, but if you're in the market for a card, see if you're approved and if you're not in pop-up jail. Next, I downgraded my Blue Cash Preferred to Blue Cash Everyday. I really just opened the card for the sign-up bonus and then using it for 6% cash back. But there's cost break-even analysis when you compare it to City Custom Cash, where the $95 annual fee will always make the Blue Cash Preferred less useful than the City Custom Cash if you just use it for groceries. That's assuming that you only use both cards for groceries. You don't use the other benefits of Blue Cash Preferred, which I wasn't. So I'm just downgrading it to my Blue Cash Everyday. Probably won't use it. It's nice that American Express refunds your annual fee immediately. Like I asked for cancellation a few days after the annual fee hit, and they refunded me the whole annual fee except 69 cents. Nice, which was, I guess, the prorated offer, the prorated amount that I've actually used the card for the year, which was nice of them to do. Next, we have the much-awaited American Express Platinum refresh. So there were a bunch of rumors. Most of them, almost all of them, seem to be true. So I'll call out all the things that are new with the card. So you can get the mirror finish on the card, which I have. It looks kind of nice, but damn, is it a fingerprint magnet. Annual fees increased to $895. There is a $200,000. This is for the business. Excuse me. Where the hell is the non-business card? Okay, corrected my link. So the personal details are, this is just listing from Dr. Credit the change. So you have a $600 hotel credit, which is from $300 from January to June, and then $300 from July to December. This is an increase from the current $200 benefit. This is for fine hotel reservations, any stay, or the hotel collection for a 2-night stay. $400 Resi credit, which is $100 per quarter. This is a new benefit. And we'll talk about it a little bit here, but it's pretty easy to use that credit. $300 Lululemon credit coming in the form of $75 per quarter, which is also a new benefit. $300 entertainment credit, which is going from $20 to $25, and it is now including YouTube Premium and YouTube TV. $120 Uber One credit, which is new, which just gives you Uber One for the year. A $200 Uber Cash, which is the same as before. $200 Aura Ring credit, which is new, which is only good for a hardware purchase. So Aura works where you buy the hardware and then you have to pay a monthly subscription to get like all the features. So it only works for the hardware, and $200 is enough to get you like the basic Aura Ring. So I guess free Christmas present for somebody. $200 incidental airline credit, same as before. $155 Walmart Plus membership, same as before. And all the rest of the same, the Saks credit, the Equinox credit, the Clear membership, and TSA PreCheck, etc. Everything else is the same except for the annual fee went from $695 to $895, and you can get a mirror finish now. That's it for the personal. The business also goes from $300 to $600 for the hotel credit. Also gets a $200 Hilton credit. Actually, this is the same as before. It did that previously. Looking through quickly, it looks like most of the same. You get additional credits when you spend over $250,000 in a qualifying year, which includes $2,400 American Express One AP credit and $1,200 American Express Travel Online Flight Statement credit. The Employee Platinum card goes from $350 to $400 for the business. And you can no longer earn 35% rebate on first and business class bookings. Your selected airline earns 35% rebate on economy, business, and first class bookings instead. The bonuses are up to $175 for the personal with $8,000 spend in the first 6 months, and then the business is $200,000 when you spend $20K in the first 3 months. Some people are getting $250,000 or $300,000 for the business platinum card, so keep that in mind. So that's a whole lot of updates. The good news is, if you currently have the card, you will not see the increase in annual fee. I think, let me find the exact date. I think it's just until your next annual fee hits. So I currently have the card for $695. My next annual fee hits on, gotta open my spreadsheet, American Express Platinum. It hits on April 4th. So I have until April 4th to use all the new benefits while still paying the old fee. So that's pretty great for me, especially because I'm on my second year and I got a retention offer for the American Express Platinum, which is, I think, $150 for spending $3K in like 3 months or something. So breaking down some of the new credits, the Resi credit is $100 per quarter. But there's a great Resi tool that was shared on Dr. Credit and shared on Reddit. It is called usercredits.com/map, and specifically the Resi dining section, which will show you all of the restaurants that work for this specific credit. And also you can filter by gift cards. So you can see which of these offer specifically gift cards. This actually isn't the website I used. Let me see if I can find the other one. Is it this one? Yes. So it's usercredits.com/map/Resi. So in here, you can filter by which Resi places sell gift cards. And from what I've seen, the way that that works is as long as the checkout is through Toast, it will trigger the credit. So I have a local bar that has the Resi credit, and I purchased a $100 gift card, and I purchased that on. I paused to go and look and see when the credit posted versus when I made the purchase. But American Express is kind of annoying in that even though I made the purchase in September, I don't even know, I don't think it was September 9th. Let me see if I can find it in my email. But you make the purchase, and then it says pending for a few days, and then the credit posts. And then like a few days later, you get the credit, but the credit shows as the same date as the transaction. So I can't actually be like, oh, it came like 4 days after. So I maybe have to go, maybe I can find when I actually received the gift card. Let me see if I can see it. So I received the email on September 24th. So sometime after September 24th, I got the $100 credit. It just shows up as Resi credit, which is super easy to use. You can also just go and organically spend in the store instead of getting a gift card, but I just wanted the easy cop out of getting a gift card. Next, for the Lulu credit, it's the same deal. Apparently, people are getting success of going into stores and asking for a $75 gift card and using their Amex Plat. Technically, it doesn't work for gift cards, but sometimes these things do work. What I personally did was I just went to Lulu, and I went to their We Made Too Much section, which is like their sort of clearance. And I just bought some stuff there. Like I bought a pair of shorts and a hat for like $80, and I got $75 credit. Also, right now, Rakuten has, I think, 15% back at Lulu. So I went for, also the benefit of this coming out like middle of September was you can get your Q3 stuff during September before Q3 ended, and then get it again Q4 of October. And then I'll also get it in Q1 of next year, and then also Q2 of next year, because my card expires in April 4th. So I'll be getting 4 full quarters of benefits for the old annual fee and then canceling. So I'm pretty hype. But yeah, you can just buy some stuff from Lulu. One thing to know, you can sign up and get a 25% or 15% off with a new email and get a code, but it doesn't work on the We Made Too Much section. So maybe you see something if you buy organically without the We Made Too Much section, but otherwise stick with that. And then finally, I updated my platinum tracker, my platinum value tracker. I have a spreadsheet that I've been tracking how much value I've gotten out of the card since I've opened it. That is a Patreon exclusive, but going to look at it with the sign-up bonus accounted for and referrals and the annual fees, as well as the retention offer, I've gotten $3,400 of value out of the card. Not including the sign-up bonus and referral, I'm in the red of $200, but I'll definitely make that up by my next annual fee, so I'll definitely be in the green for using the card. I'll still cancel the card just because I don't really get enough value out of it, like outside of the raw benefits of the card. Like I really don't like the couponing. I don't like having to make a purchase every month at Uber. I don't like having to go and use a $100 gift card at Resi every quarter. I already have enough things to track. That's just another one I don't have to worry about. Next in Amex World, we have the Amex Green Card is a 60K point sign-up bonus when you spend $33,000 in 6 months. It has a $150 annual fee, and the card doesn't really earn great 3x restaurants and travels, including hotel, transit, taxis, etc., and clear for a year. Looking at Dr. Credit, they say, keep in mind that sign-up bonus once per lifetime. See this post to learn about American Express Green counts as one of your Amex spots, as well as read this post for everything you need to know about American Express. Of course, this offer is as high as verbiage, so the final screen, they might show you something else you'll know before you accept the offer. $60K for the green card is a solid deal, though a lot of people might opt for the platinum or gold instead of this one. Note the $60K offer does not appear to be available via referral links. So I won't go for it, but if you're in the market for it, why not? Final thing for American Express, the American Express Blue Sky card is to be converted to the cash magnet, according to some chat agents people have been like prying at. The cash magnet's also a discontinued card, so it's odd that they're like converting one card that they're discontinuing to another card that's being discontinued. This is effective January 21st, 2026. Next, I saw a report on Reddit that the AAA card, specifically the daily Advantage Visa Signature card, previously you'd have to redeem your points for statement credit, but now you can redeem it as direct deposits, like to a checking account, which I guess cool that you can do that now. Some stuff on IHG. There's increased sign-up bonuses on the Chase IHG Premier and IHG travel cards. The Premier, it gets 165 points for spending $3K in 3 months. The Traveler gets 2 free nights, a value added up to 100,000 total points, each night value at 58K points, plus 40K points after spending 2K in 3 months after account opening. The Premier is a $99 annual fee, and the Traveler has no annual fee. According to Dr. Credit, they said early this year we saw a similar offer on the Premier at $170 with 4K spend. The no-fee travel card, we've seen 100K and 120K offers with the same 20K spend. The current offer of 2 nights plus 40K is unique if you can max out the value of the free night certificates. Is also an increased offer of the IHG business card as well. And that is at 140K when you spend 4K in 3 months, and then an additional 60K when you spend 9K in 6 months. So if you're in the market for some IHG points, there's some good ripens to get. Next, a name that we haven't talked about here in a while, Upgrade. Upgrade is that bank that I sent to CFPB a while ago for not paying out the debit card rewards that I was owed, and they wound up paying me out. I'll give a link to, or I'll reference that episode in the show notes if you're interested in going and reading about that. I just checked. That's episode 52 if you're interested. But people were talking about the 2.2% cashback upgrade card that I discussed in episode 48. But the big catch is it's a line of credit instead of an actual credit card. So like when you make the charge, you instantly start earning interest. So it doesn't work the same. So I definitely would not recommend that card. But I saw people talking about it in Reddit, so I figured I'd talk about it myself. Next, into Bank of America world, my USFS bank, we stand for service. They still allow credit card funding via PayPal, but no longer take Amex. It was disabled. I just checked recently because I used a 3-month CD to charge $6K to my Bank of America Atmos card, and that sign-up bonus paid out for me, which was super nice. So for timeline for that card, I opened the card on 8/28/2025, and then lost my tab. On 8/29/2025, I got my 5K registration bonus. So if you signed up for the wait list for the card, you got an additional 5K points, which was nice. On September 11th, sorry. On September 11th, I did $6,000 of funding to my WSFS account to get a CD with them. Very restrictive bank, in case you're wondering. I discussed it in a previous episode too. I can link that as well. Episode 60. And then on September 27th, which was like around 2 weeks later, I received my 100K points in my Atmos account. So that card will now collect dust. But I am planning a trip with my family to Arizona next year, and there's a bunch of flights with Alaska, and it looks like round trips like maybe 20-30K, so I can get 3 round trip flights, which would be the whole family, to go out there for free, which would be really nice. Next, in Bank of America world, we have their unlimited cash rewards card. Has a $200 sign-up bonus plus 2% or 3.12% cash back for the first year. So this works out to unlimited 2% cash back. Earn 2% cash back on purchase for the first year from account opening. Then you earn 1.5% cash back on all purchases. No limit to the amount of cash back you can earn. In addition, you get 2%. In addition, you get a $200 sign-up bonus after you spend $1,000 in 90 days, and you get a 0% APR for the first 15 billing cycles. And any balance transfer is made for the first 60 days, but normally there's a balance transfer fee, so that's not worth it. So the way that you get an additional little benefit for the card is the basic level for this is Bank of America Premium Reward or Preferred Rewards. You can get from 25% to a 75% boost on your credit card earn. So for the additional or the 2% cashback you get total, that would be an additional 1.5% or an additional 5% cashback on the credit card you're earning. So for the card's base earn, you get 2.625% cashback because that's 1.5% times. Let me make sure I'm doing my math right. You get 1.5 times 1.75 gets 2.625%, and then you get an additional 0.5% cash back, because that's the additional extra percent that they're giving you on unlimited cash back. So for a year, you get 3.125% cash back on the card, unlimited. Pretty great if you can spend a whole oodles amounts of money in a short period of time in a year, and you get 0% interest on the card. So you can just load a bank account if you wanted to, like a CD, and hold it for a year. Free loan and a free 3%. Next, Spirit adds 2 free check bags as a credit card benefit to their Spirit cards. This card comes with a $75 annual fee, but it now gets 2 free check bags up to £50 each. Cardholders must book on Spirit.com or via the mobile app to be eligible. And then finally, for Bank of America, they're doing their 2% or extra 2x more rewards day on November 6th again. So all purchases made from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. on November 6th will get an extra 2% or an extra 2x on all the cards listed here. It's most of their standard cards. Custom Cash, Unlimited Cash, Travel Rewards, Premium Rewards Elite, the new Atmos cards, specifically the Rewards Ascent and Rewards Summit, and a bunch of other ones, including the Spirit card we just talked about. It's a good time to pay for property tax if your property tax company takes credit card payments. Next, some Synchrony stuff. I have the Synchrony J.Crew card, and they sent an email to me saying, spend $100 more outside of the J.Crew or J.Crew family with your MasterCard and get $20. I didn't do this. I tried to load a quasi-cash transaction, and it triggered cash advance on the card, and that did not trigger the $20 credit, so sad for me. And then additionally for Synchrony, they are going to take over the Lowe's portfolio from American Express. Terms of the deal have not been disclosed, but Synchrony will record a reserve of up to $50 million during Q3 2025 in conjunction with the deal. This deal is expected to close in the first half of 2026. And then finally, the Walmart card pays rewards on Walmart gas stations, in case you're wondering, specifically the Walmart One card. It's listed in their terms as it will pay. Next, in Chase World, people have been having issues with the Chase Sapphire Reserve $150 or $300 exclusive tables credit. It seems like there's been an issue with the Toast POS system, or having some issue where however it's being coded is not being triggered by Chase for the benefit, but Chase sent a message saying, "We are aware and actively addressing the issue. We are also proactively awarding credits to any card member who did not receive one prior to it being identified, including the customer on Reddit thread you flagged. Should you have any readers reach out to you about not receiving the credit, feel free to share with me so we can address." So they're going after it, but classic big banks not being ready, pushing something, and then having to fix it on the fly. Next, Chase Ink Cash and Ink Unlimited has $900 or $90,000 sign-up bonuses available when you spend $6K in the first 3 months. Regular offer is $75 for $6K. This has the best offer for these cards, so go after if you'd like. Additionally, beginning October 7th, 2025, so tomorrow, there's a change for business referrals. A referral will only get a bonus if the friend is no Chase business card customer, not for every card. The card also will have 0% APR for 12 months, which adds extra value. Next, the Chase Freedom, and as well as all 5% categories have been announced. So for Chase, it is Chase Travel, Department Stores, Old Navy, and PayPal just for December. Discover's drugstores and Amazon, City Dividends, restaurants, and City Travel. The rest are your standard. You pick your 5% category. This is the first time in a while. Also, never mind on the also. But this is the first time in a while that the Q4 category is not included Target, and that's beneficial because Target does a 5% off their gift card sale near around Black Friday time. So you can stack it with the 5% cash back you'd get on the Discover or the Chase Freedom cards, but they're not doing that this time. In addition, the PayPal's only December, so you can't even use it for that either. Pretty sad to see that, to be honest. I normally pick up my maximum amount, which is $500. that they let you do for the 5%, because the 5% doesn't work for the Target cards either. So it had to be some other card. I can still do my Bank of America customized cash using online shopping and get 5.25% cash back, but it would be nice to not use part of that. Although I do have 4 of those cards, so I think I'll make do. And finally for Chase, they are making changes to the edit credit, specifically on the Chase Sapphire Reserve. They enhance the $500 credit and add a one-time $250 hotel credit. So both the business and regular come with a $500 credit for the edit reservations for prepaid bookings of 2 nights or more on hotels, resorts found on the edit platform. The credit is broken up into 2 $250 credits. You can't get the full $500 in one booking. This is from Dr. Credit. In 2026, the edit enhancements will be so that the Chase Sapphire Reserve and Sapphire Reserve for Business credit will be 2 $250 credits that can be used anytime throughout the year instead of 1 credit from January to June and another credit from July to December. So it makes it possible to use both 2 credits on a single vacation or even back to back by creating 2 separate bookings. It can also be helpful for families or friends going together. You can book 2 or more rooms and use up both credits at the same time. Definitely a good change, probably specifically targeted towards the American Express change, where you get the $300 and $300 for the hotel credit. Good to see a positive change. Next, the Alliant card is going from 2.5% cash back to 1.5% on all purchases effective November 1st. So this card previously, if you parked $2K with them, it would give you 2.5% cash back on all your purchases. They announced that they would be lowering it to 1.6%, and now they've decided to go from 1.6% to 1.5%. And they say that this is simplified and better for customers, and obviously it just stinks because you're losing your extra cash back that you had before. Next, actually something that I did over the past month, Cardless's Coinbase card was announced. We talked about it, I think, in last episode, but you need to have a certain amount of assets to earn certain cashback percents. So tier 1 is 2% if you have less than 10K, 2.5% if you have 10K to 50K, 3% if you have 50K to 200K, and then 4% if you have 200K or over. And there's limits to how much you can do. I think it's 10K per spend per month in the extra category. So like 10K of spend for 4,000 for 10K of spend for 4% for a month, and then if you go over that, you earn 2% on the rest of it. I decided to sign up for the card because I use Coinbase pretty frequently and I have some crypto with them, and because I like getting new cards and I wanted the card image. So I applied for the card with my Experian unfrozen because Cardless has pulled Experian for me in the past when I applied for their Boston Celtics card, and the application went pending. I was then approved the next day with the $25,000 credit limit, and that sets me to 1024, which is pretty crazy. I honestly think Cardless will just approve anybody. They're a pretty big newcomer, and they just received some new funding as well. They just got, where is it? Another $60 million in their C round funding. So they're not really going anywhere. Instacart number is available if you care about it. You can immediately add it to Apple Pay or Google Pay. You do have to pay $5 a month or $50 per year as a minimum subscription to keep the card, which is like their Coinbase, like their low-level Coinbase purchase amount. I do the $29.99 a month to get like 10K of free crypto trading per month. And something to know, you don't earn rewards on the Coinbase fee. So like my $29 per month, I do not get cash back on that, even though I can charge it to my Coinbase One card, which is kind of annoying. Explicitly calls it out in their interface. And another weird quirk, you can go to the Coinbase app and see some card information in there. You can see the card, you can see transactions, you can see the cash back you've earned. But you can also log into Cardless, and you can see it within the Cardless like app website. It's just weird that it like works that way. I don't know why I find that weird. Like they have to support their own interface and Coinbase, or maybe Coinbase just integrates with their interface and they put a little like skin over it. When I do go in the Cardless app and look for rewards, it does just look straight up like they copied the code snippet from the Coinbase app and just shoved it in there, and it's not functional. It just like is a static web page of the rewards, and it doesn't even let me track my rewards. It just gives me information about them. Super weird. But the card's pretty, and it has like numbers from the blockchain on it. I was thinking that maybe they would be unique and each card would have a different one, but that was thinking too much. And also the little chip has a 1 in it, which Cardless is known to put some fun chip images in their cards. So I was happy to see that. And it's an American Express card, which is like a lot of weird things going on. It's cardless. It's an American Express card. It earns Bitcoin back as cash back. And according to them, you don't have to have any tax liability for earning the Bitcoin. When you do sell it, you do have a tax liability because you've made gains on it. But I don't know what the cost basis would be. I guess it would just be your profits, like from the purchase price from when you like earn the rewards to the sale price, not the actual earning of the reward. Kind of weird. It's probably going to be a pain in the butt to track, but oh well. Next, in City World, they've been requesting a bunch of 4506C documents from cardholders, specifically for the City Strata Elite cardholders. They've had their accounts locked and requested a 4506C form request for transcripts of tax return that have been sent in mail. City starting after this and provided that it will take up to 30 days to process. It's unclear why City's requesting this form. It's from Dr. Credit. Some reps are stating that it's because the information was missed during the application, where others are incorrectly stating the IRS is requiring it. It seems that people that use the 100K points link that was leaked and modified, or maybe not modified, but it shouldn't have been public, and others that didn't use that link have both had their accounts frozen, and there's a Reddit thread collecting data points. I think that a lot of that I've heard are the people that were targeted are people that were somehow targeting restaurant spend in large sums that isn't real restaurant spend in the elevated time period of, I think it's like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the City Strata Elite card, where you get 6% cash back instead of the normal like 3%. And I'm not allowed to say the word because people get mad if you do. Bunch of losers, if you ask me. All right, enough of that. Next, some devastating news. Shared originally by Cleed on the Discord. Shout out Cleed. But it looks like the Shop Your Way MasterCard by Citi will be changed in some way. They sent everyone who has a card, including myself, a letter that the card will be changing starting November 3rd. Starting November 3rd, you no longer earn Shop Your Way additional category earn program global points when using your Shop Your Way MasterCard. The Shop Your Way additional category earn points is ending as of November 2nd, 2025. The Shop Your Way points you've earned through November 2nd, 2025 will not be impacted, and beginning November 3rd, the new card rewards program will start. They didn't say what that was. They did mention that you will still be eligible for card member offers. So it specifically says card member offers. You'll continue to be considered for exclusive card member offers with your card in mind. So I guess time will tell what happens. I've been receiving like crazy offers, like spend $1,500, get $300 back. So I've been racking up the spend on the card. The daily churn discussed in their episode, let me see if I can find it, discussed in episode 74, where I shared a great play that you can buy college gift cards, deposit them to a 529 account, and then withdraw them. And the only thing you pay fees on, or a penalty on, I should say, are gains. But if you don't invest the assets, you won't have any gains to pay a penalty for. So it's just in and out. Could get your 529 account shut down, but I'm going to try doing that and see how it goes. Dr. Credit also covered this. So time will tell to see what happens with the card. Next, for US Bank, they make major changes to the US Bank Altitude Connect and Go cards. The latest update, September 5th of 2025, is apparently the Business Altitude Connect also has now the lower 8.8 cents per point redemption value when redeeming for cash if you don't use the US Bank account. Again, US Bank just speed running to have the worst customer relation in the world. But if you want to get some money back from them, you can open up the US Bank Triple Cash Rewards Card business card for a $750 sign-up bonus for no annual fee. It is for spending $6,000 in 180 days. I personally don't know how easy it is to get approved of that card, but that's a pretty juicy sign-up bonus if you can beat the spend. Next, into Capital One World. Capital One Venture X Business MasterCard to lose non-lounge access. So in November 2024, the Capital One Venture X Business Visa Card lost access to non-lounges on Party Pass, example restaurants. This wasn't the case for the MasterCard that was still getting access to it, but as of October 31st, 2025, those cards will no longer have restaurant access. In fact, all cardholders will lose access to Party Pass entirely and will need to re-enroll as part of the re-enrollment process. Non-lounge accesses will no longer be permitted. Really sad to see. Surprised it lasted as long as it did, honestly. So it was going to go eventually. Next, Capital One adds Japan Airlines, Qatar, and I Preferred Hotels as transfer partners. Japan Airlines is $1,000 to $750 with 30% bonus, making it $1,000 to $975 until October 22nd. Qatar is 1-to-1, and I Prefer Hotels is a 1-to-2 ratio. Capital One now has a total of 22 transfer partners. And then finally for Capital One, their venture card has a bonus of $75K plus $300 travel credit to be used in the first year for spending $4K in the first 3 months. Also, referral links are showing this as well. If you have one, definitely share it. It's a great bonus to go for. And a pretty decent card to just get your feet wet in Capital One's ecosystem. Some Robinhood insights. I learned recently that if you have the Robinhood card, it earns 3% cash back. But if you set your redemptions to auto-redeem your cash back, it will redeem your points for less than 1 cent per point, making your cash back effectively 2% instead of 3%. So make sure you redeem for brokerage manually to earn 3%. Super sleazy. Also, hat tip to Cleed, but he saw and was approved for the card via a Credit Karma offer. So you don't have to wait for the wait list. You can go to Credit Karma and see if you are approved in there for the card. There's also a discussion on Reddit on as well. And then finally, another hat tip to Cleed, but Truist is ending their Delta Sky Miles debit rewards program. I didn't even know they had it, but leave it to Cleed to get the scoop. All right, that's it for the card section. Next, we're on to the deals. So first off, we have a deal for Perplexity AI. You get 12 months of Pro for free when you connect your PayPal account. I also saw this in Discord, and I think Venmo offering this as well. You do have to sign up for auto renewal for $20 a month after the 12 months is over, but if you want to get free Perplexity for 12 months, go for it. I personally have Gemini, so I'm not going to go for it. I get Gemini for free with my Google Pixel. I got it for my Google Pixel 9 and my Google Pixel 10, and they stack. So I just have a bunch of free Google AI, Google Gemini for a while. It's decent. It's good. Like, I had to frequently go and search for what episode something was discussed for either my podcast or the Daily Turn, and Gemini is normally able to spit it out with decent accuracy. All right, next we have Rakuten referrals are at all-time high of $50. I shared my referral in the show notes if you're interested. You just have to spend 50 to get 50. Spend 50 within 90 days, and we both get $50. Next, Kraken has a few things. So they have a $220 bonus through Capital One Shopping. So if you have Capital One Shopping, you can get probably a lower offer, but if you go to Kraken and don't sign up, and then a few days later you might get an email offering $220 to sign up for Kraken, plus a $75 referral. My referral is in the show notes. I shared my referral on Dr. Credit and already received 4 referrals. So if you want to go in our Discord and share your referral in there, or use someone else's, feel free. But if you want a quick one, mine's in the show notes. As well as they had a targeted $20 when you buy $50 of assets, specifically when you buy $50 of Bitcoin. So I went and bought $50 worth of Bitcoin, and then a day later they gave me $20 of Bitcoin. So thanks, Kraken. Additionally, head tip to YARP for this one. Kraken is offering a 2% transfer bonus when you hold it for a year for stocks and ETFs. So Dr. Credit also covered this, but I heard it first from YARP that they are SIPC insured, according to Dr. Credit. And you can hold your stocks in there. I don't really like their platform, but a 2% transfer bonus for holding for a year is pretty great. It pays out in the form of, where is it? USDG, which is I don't know what the G is, but it's a particular stable coin for USD instead of like USDC, USDG. You can hold it or sell it. and then keep your funds in there for a year and then withdraw afterwards. It's pretty tempting. I might go for it. I've just been lazy of late. But if any of you do go for it, I'd be really curious to see what that's like. Next, if anyone doesn't have a Costco membership, Groupon's offering $100 when you spend $200 or more with a new executive membership at Groupon. Had tipped miles earn a burn for that one. Next, Best Buy is offering $100 Uber gift cards for $85. That's close to as good as you get. Sometimes you can get them for 20% off at Costco, but I don't think it's available right now. Next, there was a lightning deal, which has since expired, for spend $15 at Top Cash back and get $2.50 back. I share these whenever I see them. Dr. Credit shares them often, and some people share them in the Discord, and I send them as lightning deals on the Patreon that you just get a notification. I just post on Patreon. You'll get a notification for it. They only last for a few days, so often they expire quickly. But if you join the Patreon for as little as $1 a month, just one of these, if I share it in 1 month, will pay for your Patreon subscription. So there's a little incentive for you. And my referral for Top Cash Back is also in the show notes if you're interested. Next, some in-kind stuff. So in-kind still going strong. There's a link on Dr. Credit for spend 50, get 25 off, as well as Costco right now has $100 in-kind gift cards for $65. So what's that? 35% off. I just purchased gift cards in their app for 40% off. They had like some fall promo and I was low. So now I have like $300 worth of in-kind credits. I was just in Portland, Maine. That's one of the reasons why I haven't had time to record this. And Portland, Maine had some restaurants. I was talking to some locals and they didn't know about it. And I showed them the list and they were like, oh my God, this restaurant's on it. This is like the nicest restaurant in town. They were like, I would never go there, but if I can get the gift cards for 40% off, yeah, I'd go there. That sounds like a great deal. Like I went to this restaurant called Mr. Tuna, which had like great tuna, and great sushi. And the bill was like $120 and we paid, or it was like 140, I think. We paid $80. So we saved like close to 50% on the whole thing, including tax and tip. So we were super happy. All right, that's it for deals. Next, we have a whole bunch of class action lawsuits paid out this month. So Facebook lawsuit, that was for, I think, leaking consumer privacy profile information. I received $35.10 to my PayPal. Next, there was a Park Mobile class action settlement for also, I think, data security incident. I received $4.84 for that one. Next, there's a financial aid antitrust settlement that encompasses a bunch of colleges, including Caltech, Johns Hopkins, Brown, Chicago, Columbia, Dartmouth, Duke, Emory, Northwestern, Rice, Vanderbilt, Yale, and some others, including Notre Dame. I'm eligible for this, and one of the two, they're like doing two different lawsuits. One of them, I believe, has payouts coming, and the other one, which is what I'm a part of, is still pending. When I originally saw this, the estimate was like $2,000 to $3,000 for it. But I just recently saw for this payout, it was like, I think in the magnitudes of like between $100 and $300. So I'm hoping the second one's a lot more. I plan on just giving back to my family who paid for my tuition. So hopefully we get something. I can give them a little something nice. Next is a class action for Amazon Prime for $2.5 billion. $1.5 billion for consumers for making it difficult to cancel and deceptive practices for Prime. So you will be receiving, Wave 1. This is for users who sign up for Amazon Prime via a challenge enrollment flow and haven't used more than 3 Prime benefits. These refunds will go out within 90 days. This wave will automatically get the full $51, and these users do not have to submit a claim. The second wave, within 30 days of finishing the payment for Wave 2, Amazon will send out a group email with a link to settlement website where others affected users can file a claim. This wave is for people who were able to cancel their memberships or who signed up for a challenge enrollment flow but used less than 10 Prime benefits. I don't know what they qualify as a Prime benefit, but maybe I'll be eligible. And I guess we'll get an email to see if we are. Next, we had a Walmart weighted grocery class action settlement that paid out. You can get up to $500. Some payouts, people got $25.97. I got $10.39. I think I only claimed that I bought like a few produce from Walmart, which I think I have over the years. Next, we have debit card update. Primus debit card previously earned 50 cents per purchase on their transactions, but now it's 1% cash back on every purchase. That means the more you spend, the more you earn automatically. I don't know how long this will last, but I specifically opened a Primus account just for this. This starts October 17th, so I'll report back if things go well. Definitely we'll talk about it in the Discord. Next, we have a brokerage or crypto bonus similar to the Kraken one, but this is for Webull, 4% transfer bonus, but the holding period is for 5 years. It's specifically to, they offer 4% bonus when you enroll and transfer your brokerage balance to the platform via ACATS between September 13th and October 30th. Minimum $100,000 in assets transferred over to get the 4% bonus, maximum of $10 million, $400,000 bonus. Balances of $2,000 to $100,000 will receive 3%. This is annoying because it's paid out in 6 installments. On December 1st, you'll get 2% of it. November 1st of 26, you'll get 18% of it. And then November 1st of every year following from 2027 till 2030, so for 4 years, you'll get 20%. So it's paid out very drawn out. You also have to keep Webull Premium, whatever the hell that's called, and you have to keep the assets in there for 5 years. So I personally won't do it. I've already done a Webull transfer for my IRA, and that paid out fine, and I plan on keeping it there. Some things to note that Dr. Credit calls out: Webull is reimbursed $100 in transfer fees. They're not great for converting over transfer basis or cost basis. That didn't matter for me because I transferred IRA. Keeping balances under 500K since that's SIPC insurance amount. Be sure to enroll in the promo. You do have to click to enroll in the promo, and apparently you can't withdraw the bonus amount, so I'd recommend leaving everything in the account until the bonus period is up. Good call outs by Dr. Credit. Next, we're off to sign-up bonus land. Wells Fargo is offering a $400 or $825 bonus, checking bonus. I wrote $850 instead of $825 in the show notes. Give me 1 second. $825. So it's open the account, open a business account for the $400. It's deposit $2,500 in 30 days and keep it for 30 days. For the $825, it's deposit $25,000 within 30 days and keep it for 30 days. So I've this far opened the account. It took them a while to open the account, so I don't know when technically my account opened, so I don't know when that 30 days is open. I opened it I applied close to early September, and it took them 2 weeks to get back to me and send me a DocuSign to sign. I think they called me and asked me some questions for my sole proprietorship, which is this podcast. So I made the deposit close to end of September just to make sure I'm in there in time, and I'll only keep it for 30 days, and then I'll withdraw it. But it's going to be 30 days from my later time that I thought my account opened, so I'll probably be there for 45 days. But it's a pretty great offer. Not as good as the previous $1,500 in-branch offer, but I don't want to go in-branch, and that was back in 2022. Next, Chase has their $900 checking and savings bonus back. We did a whole episode about sign-up bonuses for dummies, where I did a deep dive on specifically this bonus. If you're interested, that's episode 47. If you're interested, that was sign-up bonuses for dummies. So I won't be going for it. I'm also not eligible for a while because you can't have an account within the past 50 days or 2 years, But I am going for and I did receive the Chase Business Checking online bonus. So that was for depositing $10K and do 5 qualifying transactions, keeping the deposit for 60 days after depositing it for 30 days. So my data points are: I opened the account on July 8th, July 15th, July 18th, I did 5 ACH pushes for $5, or 4 ACH pushes for one for each day. Then July 31st, I deposited $10,000. Then September 12th, I withdrew it. So that's 2 months, or that's actually 1 month. So it's the same thing as the Wells Fargo bonus. So in 30, deposit $10K, hold it for 30. And then on September 16th, so 4 days after I withdrew the funds, I got a $500 business banking tiered credit post to my account. So that was pretty nice. Next, Connexus Credit Union had a $300 checking bonus, direct deposit not required, specifically for It looks like it's nationwide if you pay a $5 one-time donation. It expired pretty quickly, so I wasn't able to apply, and it's currently expired. I'm going to write that down. Expired. So that's a waste of time. Sorry for even mentioning it. Next, I applied for the Magnify Financial $500 checking bonus. Sorry, speedy car driving by. You get $200 when you open the account, and then you get $150 per month for 2 months when you set up a direct deposit for $750 or more and make at least 8 qualifying purchases using Magnify debit or credit card. I'm hoping that just Cash App loads work. Let me look at the comments real quick. No one in Dr. Credit comments talk about Cash App, so I guess I'll be the data point I want to see. Next, the Skylight Credit Union $100 checking bonus also posted for me. You just need to do a direct deposit of $500 or more. I direct deposited $500 and received $100. That was specifically for the Simply Prosper checking account. Pretty simple. Next, Salem 5 is a $500 checking bonus, but they're pretty check sensitive. But I was talking to, I think it's Ray on our Discord, and they shared that they don't do checks pulls in person. So I went in person because I was driving by one, opened the account. They didn't. There are signs in the branch that say they do checks, but I'm definitely Lulz 24 checks, and I was approved fine. The requirements are to use the promo code and receive cumulative direct deposit $2,000 or more in the first 90 days. And I'm pretty sure the terms specifically say that direct deposits have to be $1,000 or more each individually. So I'm doing 2 $1,001 direct deposits twice. That's what 2 means, Alex. And that should satisfy it. $500 is great. And then Visions Federal Credit Union is back with their $300 bonus. It's for New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey residents. I've applied for this in the past. It draws at $500 or more within 90 days. Pretty easy to meet. Actually, it's changed. It's now $1,000 or more in direct deposit within 90 days for $200. If it's $3,000 or more in 90 days, it's $300 cash bonus. My data point for this, did I ever find it? Let's find out. Visions. Did I not? Is this linking somewhere? Yes, it is. I did 2 real direct deposits, and within a month, my credit posted. I only did it for $100, so would have been nice if I did it for $300 instead. It paid up pretty quick. Next, we have a Wells Fargo $425 checking bonus available online. This is for receive a total of $3,000 or more in qualifying direct deposits to the new account within 90 days and receive a $425 checking bonus. I did this in episode 38. The bonus paid out. That's the wrong one. Episode 42, I discussed it, sorry. And the bonus paid out a long time. I met the requirement in May 22nd of 2024, and they didn't pay out until June 13th of 2024, so it took a while. This is churnable, so I could actually go for this. I opened the account on February 26th of 2024, but I think I still have the account open right now, so I probably have to close it. But I had a previous account opened on February 24th, 2023, so there's a 12-month cooldown for their bonuses. All right. We're almost at the end here. Harbor One had a $1,000 business checking bonus when you deposit $15,000 on average for 30 days from account open through from 30 days from account open until the end of this year. I was going to go for it because $1,000 is pretty crazy. But I was denied due to checks. Sad for me. Next, down in our other category, Walmart Plus membership now gives a choice of Peacock or Paramount Plus, which is nice because it comes with American Express Platinum. Then we have PNC is acquiring First Bank, which is a bank in Arizona and Colorado. So if you have a First Bank near you, might as well go for the bonus, which currently is a $300 checking bonus. When you have one qualifying direct deposit $300 or more for 3 consecutive months, you get $300. So that bonus will go away because PNC will take over the bank, so you can't get that anymore. So you might as well go for it now if you're eligible. Next, there was a huge Hilton devaluation, which sucks because I now have 400,000 Hilton points because I've opened up a Hilton business card and a Hilton Surpass card. So now my 400,000 points can get me like one night at their top category. So 2017, they changed their max room rate per night to 90,000 points. 2019, it was 120,000 points. 2021, it was 150,000 points. Then 2025, this year, they raised it to 200,000 points. And then again this year, on September 9th, they raised it to 250,000 points. So they're really pumping these numbers up. Definitely wish I didn't get into the ecosystem, but I at least have it now. Some final fun things, not really like links or anything to discuss, but Cleed give a really good write-up on Discord on Sequence, which is like a money flow application where you can like send money from one account to another account based on rules, which is really reminiscent of Astra. And I shared it in the show notes, but I made a blog post back on April 18th of 2022 during COVID. Astra was this app called Astra Finance that would allow you to, based on certain conditions, make certain transfers. So like if my account got below $1,000, transfer funds in from one account to that account to bring my balance up to $1,000. It used Plaid and would trigger things based on that. It would check daily. And I go through and in this blog post to talk about every different type of transfer that Astra supported, as well as my use cases. So like I had one where like DCU, for example, they have a 6% APY bank account up to $1,000, or I think up to $2,000. So I set up an Astra routine, which is what they call them, routines, that if my balance went over $2,000 because I received my APY, transfer out the excess over $2,000. It just automated finances, which was awesome. They since shut their app down and now are just doing business to business. If you've ever done some debit card loading, you'll notice that Astra is working behind the scenes on some of them. So you might be familiar with Astra, but they don't do what they used to anymore. But Sequence looks like a good alternative, so I figured I'd talk about that blog post. Also on Discord, we discussed what wallets people have. So I also have a blog post from January 21st of 2020 discussing my discussing my wallets. I updated it on May 17th of 2022, and it's still kind of up to date. I was using the High Fold by Notice, which was a $97 card from I don't really know where, but Notice is no longer around, so they don't make the wallet anymore. But I've since replaced it with the Premium Note Sleeve by Belroy, which I like a lot. And if I could go back and change, I'd probably change to the Slim Sleeve, which instead of having like a standard wallet that has a section in the back for your bills to be open, it has just a sliding folded bill section. But I do like their premium line a lot. I just like leather wallets, like leather in general. And then just a little like PSA or advice. If you ever get a parking ticket in your town, like I live in a street that has street cleaning every even Wednesday of the month. So every Tuesday night I have a panic attack and go and check and see if this is an even or odd Wednesday. Which is like this first Wednesday is odd, the second Wednesday is even, etc. And a few weeks back, I remembered that it was an even Wednesday, and I moved my car to this block over, and then I forgot that block is also an even Wednesday instead of an odd Wednesday, so I got towed. And the tow was like $170, which sucked, but then I also got a $50 ticket, and I decided to just mail the ticketing office being like, hey, I made a mistake, I parked in the wrong street. Is there any chance that you could dismiss the ticket? And a week later, they got back to me and said, no, sorry, you violated the law, but we're reducing your ticket from $50 to $10. So just a PSA to ask forgiveness for little tickets. If you haven't received a ticket in a while, see if you can play on someone's heartstrings to get a discount. I saved $40. Next, I received an email from PayPal and Venmo that they'll be having parity soon. So you'll be able to send between Venmo and PayPal easily. Previously, you couldn't. And you can also soon be able to look up people in Venmo by their phone number, which is kind of crazy. It's not a thing right now. Like right now, if I want to send, like if I have a group chat and I want to send to a bunch of people in the group chat a Venmo request, because I send Venmo requests pretty frequently, if you type in a phone number, it won't convert that to their Venmo user. It'll just like leave the phone number. And then when you send it, it'll go behind the scenes and find the proper user, but it looks like they're making that more native, which is nice. And then if you remember Pepper was that rewards app that let you buy cheap gift cards. Well, it looks like they didn't pay back Blackhawk Network for some of their gift cards, so they're being sued. Dr. Credit covered it, as well as Frequent Miler covered it. I'm not going to fully read it, but it's crazy that what has come of this app. They tried to come back and be like a gift card marketplace where you can do shopping portal sort of stuff, but I don't know if that's going to happen anymore now that they are being sued. Hat tip to Ray on Discord for it, as well as Dr. Credit covering it as well. And then finally, Reddit user Alexia72 made a Reddit post on our credit cards stating that the Redstone Federal Credit Union is adding a $10 monthly inactivity fee if you have no activity within, I think, the past 12 months. Yeah, 365 days. But if you have the credit card like I do, and the credit card points gets deposited into your checking account, that counts as activity on the checking account. So pretty easy to meet. All right, that's it. Just about an hour. Thanks all for listening. I like doing these, but man, they're a lot of work. So thanks for listening, and hope to see you around. Peace out, y'all. Happy fall.